All right, so you're ready to judge a policy round. In order to do this well, I'm going to give you some hints and tips and make sure you know a couple of things to make your experience better. Each year, our policy students get a resolution. This year, it is all about criminal justice reform. So, in a policy round, you'll have two teams. You'll have the affirmative team and you'll have the negative team. The affirmative team this year is going to be arguing for criminal justice reform. That could be anything from abolishing ICE to changing laws to changing the way the police work, reforming the police, defunding the police, anything at all that falls under criminal justice reform, they can argue for. If you haven't guessed it, the affirmative team argues for change. So they should be changing something in the way the world works right now or changing the status quo. The negative team, on the other hand, will argue against them. They're arguing to keep things the same, and they may offer a counter plan. Their counter plan is an alternative to what the affirmative team wants to do. So if the affirmative team wants to defund the police, the negative team might offer a counter plan that is anything outside the realm of criminal justice reform. So that could be solar power, that could be electric vehicles, that could be save the turtles, it could be literally anything. So that is the basics of policy debate. Now, there are 5 things that the affirmative team need to tell you that they have, and they need to hold on to them for the entire round in order to win. Those 5 things are their stock issues. So number 1, they have to prove that they are topical or have topicality, meaning that they work under the resolution, so they're actually doing a case that's criminal justice reform. Number 2, they need to show you that they have harms. So harms are the problems they're trying to fix. So if they are abolishing ICE, they need to prove that there's problems with ICE right now. All right. From there, they need to prove that they have inherency. Inherency is something that's blocking their plan from happening right now under the status quo. So that could be anything from people's attitudes, current laws, that sort of thing. And then the final 2 are solvency and significance. They need to prove that their plan actually solves the problems that they say they are trying to solve. So they need to prove that they solve these issues. And then significance is they need to prove that there's going to be a big or drastic impact from their plan going into effect. So in order for the affirmative team to win, they need to have all 5 stock issues, and they need to keep all 5 stock issues through an entire debate round. The negative team, to win, either has to convince you that their counter plan is a better alternative to the affirmative team's plan, or they need to steal just one singular stock issue from the affirmative team. If they can steal one or more, that means that the win goes to them. Now, we've got what you need to do to win. We understand what both teams are shooting for. Now we just need to know the speech times. The speech times are on your judge's rubric, but I'll kind of give you a quick rundown of what each speech is. So the 1AC, 1NC, 2AC, and 2NC are constructive speeches. They're 5-minute speeches in which both teams are going to give you evidence and build or construct their case. The 2-minute speeches are CX, or cross-examination. That's where the negative team will be able to ask the affirmative team clarifying questions, set up attacks, basically be able to start probing for the weak spots in their opponent's cases, and the affirmative team will be able to do that to the negative team as well, right? So CX, questions. All right, and the final speeches, the 1AR, 2AR, 1NR, and 2NR are the rebuttal speeches. In these speeches, there is no new arguments. You can bring in new evidence, but both teams are basically trying to go all out and either tear their opponent's cases down, to build their own cases up, or to do both at the same time. In essence, this is where they are going to try to get you as the judge to view their case or their arguments as correct. We really appreciate you coming out tonight and helping us out. We hope that you have some fun debates to watch. Thank you and have a good night.